Dan, is you got a little too much weight on your heels.
Okay.
I want your weight to be right over the center of the arches of your feet.
Okay.
And I've got a pressure mat. We'll work on that for a
Okay.
second. Now, for your
So
swing,
pressure on the
right
center
in
of my
between,
feet.
right,
Okay.
middle of your feet, not too much
Okay.
on your heels.
Uh-huh.
And then that corridor, your club, your hand should stay on the lower line as you take it back. Right, that's
Okay.
perfect.
Uh-huh.
That's a perfect takeaway. All right, you cocked your wrists. Here's the plane of the shaft on the backswing. We'll call that 67. Right. Coming down. Let's see what that number is when you come down. Ideally, we want those numbers to be close to the same or even a little more shallow. All right, so you see how you're a little steeper coming down. So you're 68 on the downswing.
Right.
On the backswing, you're 65.
Okay.
So we're going to do the opposite. I'm going to have you come down on a lower plane, a shallower plane. So we'll call that 55.
Uh-huh.
So you're going to go back on 65 and come down on 55.
Okay.
And I'll show you how to do that.
Yes. Show me how to do that.
So let's see. We want to stay in that corridor. And when you go back, you want to keep the handle in right there. As you start your downswing, I want the palm of your right hand to feel like it's working up.
Working up. Okay.
You know, like when you throw a baseball,
right.
When you throw, what does your hand do? It works that way.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to shallow that thing out. I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, this downswing, or this top of this backswing, the club is a little too far pointed over here.
Right.
I would prefer it to be parallel at the top. Sort of like, let me show you. But we're just going to do one thing at a time because it's too much to think about. But see where his club is at the top? See how it's parallel at the top? Yours is sort of pointed off to the right.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see. And is that just the hand position?
Yeah. Yep. I'm going to show you how to fix it. When you get to right here, what you're doing is you're grabbing the club with your right hand and your elbow's coming up like this. And as your elbow lifts, see how it lifts up there? See how the angle of your elbow is different than the angle of his elbow?
Yeah.
So if we can get the elbow down a little more, that will change the position.
Okay.
Yeah. And then everything else looks fine. You're coming down just a little steep. See that? So basically, we're just going to learn to get the club on a different plane. The reason you're hitting it fat is you're not staying in that, see that red pie-shaped area? Okay, watch how he goes back on this plane. Here's the angle that he sets the club on. We call that wrist cock, right? He's going to set it on that angle. Now, as he comes down, he's going to come down on a shallower plane. See how it comes? So it's a little different, right? So there's his downswing plane. Here's his backswing plane right here. So we got slightly different angles.
Yeah.
All right. But all the while, he's staying right in that red pie-shaped area with his hands.
Okay. Yep.
And the club. So that's what we're going to do with you. So we're going to get that club to stay in that pie-shaped area, and I'm going to have you working on it specifically. You do it on the backswing. See, if your club came down in the same way that it goes back, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But
I can do that by kind of changing my hand.
Right.
Okay.
So you go. I think you have a little bit of an overswing here, and your hands get a little too close to your head. I would prefer your hands stay in that.
What do you mean by an overswing?
Okay, so you see how your hands are in the red area there? Right. Well, now they're not.
Okay.
So I want them to stay in the red area.
So do I stop my swing up there?
And I want your left arm to swing more across your chest.
Okay.
So I'll show you. You see your left arm is above your shoulder plane? I don't want that. I'm going to show you what I mean. This angle needs to be, that's at 57.
Right.
We want the angle to be at 40.
Okay.
So your left arm needs to be on that angle.
Okay.
More low across your chest. That'll make your club come in that that target area, that red cone area that way. The lower you can get your left arm on the backswing, the easier it is going to be for you to come down in that red area.
Okay.
You see what I'm following?
Yeah.
All right. And we're going to do this.